how are you? Welcome to Tarot to T. Today's reading will be for air signs for July 2024. We're gonna start off here with Gemini, followed up by Libra, and last but not least, Aquarius. And if you've been with me before, hang on for a second. I'm going to explain to any newcomers how this works. So the top cards here will be the overall theme for your sign, followed up by a contributing factor to what's going on for you this month, and last but not least, cards of advice, and I do clarify, full clarifiers as needed. Just a reminder, I'm trying to grow the channel, so please subscribe, please like the video. It's very important for those pesky YouTube algorithms. So whatever you can do to spread it out for me, put it on Facebook or wherever where you feel comfortable doing that, I would very much appreciate that. And this is a general reading. It may not apply to your situation. Oh well, you're free to join me for the next one that comes along for your individual sign or your element, or perhaps your moon sign if you're interested in I guess cross readings. You know, we have the sun, moon, Venus. Some people pay attention to Mars and some of the other positions. Anyway, let me get to it. We're going to start off with Gemini's overall theme being the Queen of Clubs and the Knight of Diamonds. Interesting. I think you were dealing with a fire sign, Gemini, the last reading, and there it's coming up again. Complicating factor here is some kind of new start with the Ace of Hearts. I'm trying to remember what that last reading, for some reason I remember it. I think you were dealing with a fire sign. Again, this Queen of Clubs represents a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Interestingly, we also have the Knight of Diamonds. Maybe there was some kind of financial achievement with this fire sign. I think this person was potentially a romantic interest, but I think there was some kind of like living situation or business element wrapped up in it as well. Perhaps that's what the Nine of Diamonds is speaking about today. But there's a completion here, and it's very satisfactory, again, not to repeat myself, but satisfactory in a monetary way, a financial way. Like what, maybe a settlement or a negotiation. It met your expectations. Now you also have the Ace of Hearts, so it's very important to you after this completion to follow what you truly desire. This is about following your gut instinct, your passions, you know, what's going to satisfy you. So I feel like it's possible you're no longer wrapped up with that fire sign. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that one. I'm not feeling that too strongly. But with the Nine of Diamonds, you definitely had a completion because it's a 9, and you're on a new start. That's why I think you settled something with them financially. Let's go ahead and open up the cards here and see what else I can pull out for Gemini. And thank you for your patience this month, Gemini. I was actually on vacation the first week, and I didn't get around to doing July readings in June. So I'm just a little bit behind. But here we go. Three of Clubs. Yeah, you're still in some kind of struggle, though. Perhaps being pulled in a couple different directions, maybe with that person. I'll have to pull more cards. There's not much else I can say about it at the second, but there's some kind of struggle or fight going on. Maybe you're wrestling with how to get off the ground with this new start, or what you really want. Oh yeah, actually that felt very, very dead on. Because the Ace of Hearts emphasizes what we truly want, and because you're in the beginning of that, maybe you're struggling to discern what that is. You know, to really recognize what you truly want. It's not unheard of. I think most of us walk around the majority of our lives not knowing what we truly want. I mean, we think we have an idea, and then when we get there, we're obviously on to the next thing. We don't just sit in one place. So I think it's part of human nature to play around and figure that out and go through try on different hats, so to speak, to see what works for us. And I'm talking very generally. I'm not sure what this pertains to. It could be business, it could be relationship wise. Yeah, I feel like it could go either way, because you got the pentacles and you also have the ace, the hearts, highlighting the emotional sector. And another 3. Yeah, you're caught in struggles right now. This is stress and worry. You're worried about the next step. Struggle and fight and stress and worry are not what I like to see, but it is what it is. What else is going on for Gemini? Can you clarify, please, so I can be more direct in my counsel here today? 2 of diamonds. But see, financially, you're fine. Yeah, this is not revealing to me what it's about. I would say it's more emotional. It's not so much about your abundance, because you're balanced and in harmony in your finances for July 2024, Gemini. It's very clear, especially around another person. But even if you're single, that still applies. So don't think because you're single it doesn't apply to you. What else can I say? I don't think there's much for me. I'm stumbling over my words. There's not much else for me to pull here. I am going to go ahead to advice. I just feel like the cards today are being kind of veiled. They're not really showing me your situation. They're just showing me kind of the effects of it, the stress and the worry, the struggle and fight, the fact that you're financially balanced. You had this financial settlement that was satisfactory. So, but it's important that you follow your heart and you're on a new start. So what is your advice going to tell us? Separation. Oh gosh. Yeah, that can mean a lot of different things, but this does talk about change and some kind of physical separation. So if you leveled up with this Queen of Clubs character, which I do think is spilling over from June, there's some kind of physical separation that needs to occur if it hasn't occurred already. This isn't your advice, and this isn't me speaking, and only you would know the best thing to do. But physical separation, or expect it if it isn't something you're instigating, expect it to happen. That actually might be the more precise way to explain that. Not necessarily about you taking the bold move. You see my point? Okay. Things are up in the air. That kind of goes along with those 2 3s and being in this state of angst. It's also the Fool card, the black and white Joker. I a lot of times see the Fool card as kind of, the sense that we don't know what's headed up the road. We just don't have a clear vision about the future. Some readers see this as also a new beginning. You could see it that way because you're in the fog at the moment. I'm hearing you're in the fog. Again, there's decisions here. The 3s talk very much about decisions and not being able to decide. Yeah, that would actually make a lot of sense. Financially, you're sitting pretty, but things are very unsettled for you. I think it's emotional. Again, you have 5 of Hearts. Hearts talk about the emotional aspect. I am going to ask for another card of advice. So you don't know what lies ahead, and that's confirmed there. You can see that actually is a good omen. It's if you're feeling anxious about the future, you don't know what lies ahead. So don't, feed into that fear, right? Don't project that fear into the future. And look at this, the King of Diamonds. This could be an earth sign energy, a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Not necessarily. It could be you really, for some reason, your fine financial situation is being highlighted here. The King of Diamonds to me is someone who has very good control and mastery over their abundance, their pentacles, their finances. it's showing up in your advice. So you're either going to achieve this after a period of, I wouldn't say a period, maybe over the the past few years of your life, you haven't been in financial control. Like, you've had some things that, even if you weren't, homeless, I'm not talking about the extremes, you were in a lot of debt. Okay, you were in a lot of debt, and you didn't feel financially secure. This is the opposite of those situations. Now, certainly, if you were in a very dire situation, you didn't have a place to live, this is also speaking about that. So it could also apply to the Gemini who was really desperate for things to turn around. It looks like things are going to turn around for you financially, and they already have. And perhaps this character here was responsible for turning around your financial future. But you got a lot of stress and worry and struggle, and it's not being shown to me what it is. Only you would know how that resonates. So take it if it fits. If it doesn't, by all means, let it go. I hope that helped. I am going to move on to Libra. Libra, what is going on for you in July 2024? You have the black and white Joker, aka the Fool card, and the Nine of Spades. So the Nine of Spades talks about some loss, and things are up in the air for you, and you're not certain about the future with the Fool energy. Ouch. So I can say is ouch. But you have some stress relief around the home, which is good. Perhaps a relationship ended, and the stress relief is the very fact that this person is no longer in the home living with you. But you're feeling kind of lost, a little uncertain here with this Joker energy, and you're going through a little bit of a grieving process with that Nine of Spades. I'm going to pull clarifiers for Libra. Five of Diamonds, changes coming financially. Not sure how that ties into anything, but maybe if, I'm very sorry, my condolences if somebody passed away. It could be like an inheritance. Doesn't have to be huge. It's just a matter of, taking over somebody's property or accounts because they're no longer on the earthly plane. It could be as simple as that, but there's a change coming here in your financial future. Let's see if any more cards come out to expound upon that. Could also be some kind of negotiation with the Five of Diamonds. But because there's a loss, well, I'll take that back. Because there's a loss, it could be the end of a relationship and you have to negotiate. So there is that. There's a couple ways that could be spun. Six of Diamonds, more Pentacles, yes. Income opportunities for you, Libra. This is actually similar to the previous reading for Gemini. Maybe air signs are just going through it. So, financially, so far, Gemini and Libra have very good financial outlooks. Things are turning around for you. I a lot of times see the Six of Diamonds, or sixes I should say, as the branches of a tree. So it's that multiple opportunities. You don't have to take them all, but you might have options. And not to be funny or anything, but maybe even stock options. I don't know why stock options popped into my head, but that's certainly a term if you're an investor, and I dabble in that a little bit. So this is just about the opportunities, the doors opening up for you, probably as a result of this financial change we saw with the Five of Diamonds. Very nice. I'm not saying anything about work, so I don't think it's related to career. I think it's something more, a personal issue going on, a personal circumstance. Let's see. More information for Libra. Queen of Hearts. You could be dealing with a water sign. Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Or, if you're not, I'm actually strongly feeling you're not. Could have this in your chart, though. But this is also that self-nurturing card, especially if you've been with me before. It's really about take care of your own needs. Not being selfish, but if you are being selfish, it's because you have to. You have to look after yourself, right? Your own needs. If we aren't strong to begin with, we can't be there for anyone else. We can't be strong for anyone else. So it's important that you look after your own needs. Self-nurturing, self-care. Really taking the time, again, to nurture yourself. That seems to be the focus for you in July. I'm going to go ahead and look at advice. Well, looky there, another financial opportunity. This is about wanting to increase your income. I do think you have like some kind of small windfall that's come your way. The windfall cards did not come out, so I don't think it's too life-changing, but that's okay. We take anything we can get, right? You're on some kind of new beginning, though. Because this isn't your advice, you are being advised to look for new ways to increase your income. Whether that's looking for a different career or if you don't need to work. Again, what did I say about stock options? Investing in the stock market is not a bad idea. Okay. Queen of Spades. This is air energy, and I'm pretty sure it's you. This is the Hermit card. Well, it's not officially the Hermit card, but I interpret it as that because it's someone who keeps to themselves. The fact that it came out in advice, it could be confirming that it's okay to keep to yourself, or it could be encouraging you to keep to yourself. Keep your thoughts to yourself. Go into a little bit of a contemplative state of mind for July. You know, you don't have to broadcast everything that's going on between your two ears. And I'm not sure what the purpose of that would be, except maybe self-protection. I kind of seen it wrapped up with self-care. You know, not letting people know, for example, that that you're looking at stock options because you have this extra money. Maybe it just boils down to that, kind of keeping some privacy. But there may be still some stuff to sort out because of this loss over here with the Nine of Spades that we started off with. I'm going to ask for one more card of advice. Besides keeping quiet and to themselves, meditating, anything else Libra needs to know? This is all faded. And again, you have a 6. It's going to open up more opportunities for you, not necessarily financially, but in general. But it's faded and it's meant to be. Whatever has transpired, Libra, this is part of your path. I always see that as a positive omen because it means you have been following your instincts. You've been following what your gut has been telling you. Your soul has been pushing you in a certain direction. How do you say that? Not your soul, but your, well, I guess, you know, your subconscious, your higher self. That means you've been following those things, and that's very, very important. I think a lot of times people, including myself, fight against them because we don't like the reality of what we're going through. But there's something inside that tells us the direction to go, right? And it's about following your own drummer, listening to your own inner voice. There it is. Okay. I hope that helped. Please subscribe and hit the like button if you like the video. And I'm going to move on to Aquarius. But I have learned my lesson, Aquarius. Before I open up your reading here, I'm going to change the battery in my camera because it tends to run out and shut off. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let me get a sip of water here. Like I've said previously, I've learned my lesson that it's best to change the battery. That way I don't have to splice and try to hook recordings together. Anyway, your theme for July 2024 is the 4 hearts. That's actually very nice, very positive. And we have the 5 of clubs contributing to that. So the 5 of clubs talks about getting out of stuck energy. Perhaps you've been feeling like you've been stuck in a routine or stuck in a rut in general, like things aren't changing in your life that you've been wanting to change, or could be anything under the sun, honestly. Being stuck in a job situation, being stuck in a relationship, or in a relationship that's not growing in the way that you would like. This Four Hearts talks very much about that support, love, and care around the home. So I believe I'm talking to an Aquarius who's got a good home life. Again, very caring, nurturing environment. And you have a stable home life with the Four Hearts. It just occurred to me this could indicate a disruption in that stability, but let me go ahead and ask for clarifiers. I hope that's not the case. That would not be pleasant for July 2024 for Aquarius. King of Spades. This is probably you. This is air energy. Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. But it's somebody who's not on the same page. It's also somebody who's got mastery and control, but perhaps you're putting your foot down about something. You're not in agreement. I'm feeling like you're not in agreement with this household. So I have a feeling it centers around close, intimate relationships, a partner, a marriage, maybe even kids. But you're really putting your foot down, I feel like, Aquarius, and that's the change you see that's I'm going to pull more cards, but I bet, again, you've been kind of stuck in a place, and you're finally doing something about it. Not sure what it pertains to. We might see that come out here. Let me draw more cards, more clarifiers, please, for Aquarius' situation that they're finally changing, turning around in some way. I'm hearing turning around. You're turning it around. Six of Clubs, there's some kind of personal growth going on. That actually makes a lot of sense. So maybe the stuckness and the need for this change wasn't realized because you had to, how do I say it, recognize something within yourself. Like, let's say there's something you needed out of the relationship and you didn't recognize it before. You couldn't put your finger on it. You've finally come to that level. But what's exciting about this is with the sixes, that's about many other opportunities opening up for you because you've reached this new level. And this personal growth could be in any manner. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, it doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It could even be financially. Although I haven't seen Pentacles come out here. But you've grown, and you got to get out of the stuck place because you don't fit in that. I'm hearing the analogy of a square peg in a round hole. You don't fit in that old situation anymore. That's why you're putting your foot down. And I do think it's around your family. More information to enlighten me. Okay, we got two on Aquarius. 8 of Clubs and then 9 of Hearts, sorry. Yes, this is actually in line with what I was just saying about the personal growth. The 8 of Clubs is about a decision to be made, like being stuck at a crossroads and you don't quite know how to feel or which way to go. But the 9 of Hearts is about wish fulfillment. You see where I'm getting at? You are at a crossroads where you're trying to figure out what you really want. Yeah. You're like an Aquarius who's in a relation. I bet this is relationship. You're in a relationship, probably a long-term relationship, and you're coming to this realization that you have to get out of it because it's stuck, it's stagnant, it's stale, and no fault of yours or the other person. It's just that it's not truly what you want because the 8 of Clubs is that decision mode. But it is kind of sitting on the fence. And 9 of Hearts is your wish fulfillment and your In some contexts, it's a completion because it's a 9, but in this context, you're still trying to decide what that is. Huh. Interesting. So I think it's an emotional matter. I'm not being shown what that is. I'm not seeing any particulars, except you're not going along with the program anymore with that King of Spades, and you're trying to decide what you really want, and it's all a result of some personal growth. Perhaps you have been working on yourself. Congratulations. It's not easy to do, and not everyone takes that challenge upon themselves, but I think sometimes it's necessary, and I think we all have to go through that at some point if we ever want to evolve. Let's go ahead and look at your advice, Aquarius. Whoa! Okay. Point blank. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is about letting the tower fall. And you know what that means. It's destruction, but it's also rebuilding on a foundation. I'm not saying you need to end a relationship, but if it is around a relationship, something needs to fall. Maybe the dynamics of the relationship need to be reworked, for example. It's not necessarily mean leaving somebody. Okay? But this is the Tower card. And it is a new beginning because it is the ultimate card of rebirth. It's exciting, actually. I'm feeling excited around that energy. I'm not feeling doom and gloom. Like somebody's going to get really, really hurt. Okay? Let's see what else we got going. You so far, you've had the most dynamic reading I've had, I think, out of all the signs, Aquarius. This is fantastic. Feeling very energized by it. Okay. More cards of advice. Let us have it. King of Clubs. Could be fire sign energy, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, but I think, again, this is you standing in your mastery and your control. Remember, you had the King of Spades earlier, which was in your sign. You could have one of these fire signs in your chart, especially your moon. But whenever the king shows up in the advice, again, it's mastery and control. And I will tell you about this King of Clubs character. They're seen as a guidance, a strong guiding force, a person anyone else can turn to. Perhaps you're being called to, I'm not sure how to word that, be the guiding force in this situation, so metaphorically, and that's finding your inner strength on how to be that person. You know what I mean? To be the rock. I'm kind of feeling that kind of energy, like you need to be the rock. It's also possible there is a fire sign authority figure, at least in your mind, that you can turn to for assistance. But I'm actually feeling, I'm feeling that's you. Because this isn't your advice, that's what you need to embody. You need to take on that role of being the rock. The strong one, right? Any more cards of advice? I'm sure there is. Or I wouldn't have picked up the deck. Yep. Okay. Advice for Aquarius. Oh my gosh. Independence. Here are the Pentacles coming out. Yeah, this usually talks about entrepreneurship, but this is definitely, there's very independent energy here. We had it with that King of Spades about not being on the same page. And, not going along with the program, needing things to change because of that stagnant energy. This is the independence card. You're putting hard work and effort towards something that's going to pay off. And in this case, it may not necessarily be income. I mean, it could. Way down the line. I don't see any connection with work here, but maybe down the line, your ultimate abundance could be, in the future, or it could be the abundance is not the form of physical, money. It may not be monetary, the abundance that is being spoken about with the Eight of Diamonds in your case. But again, this is the independent card. And what did I say about this, about being the rock? I mean, to me, that's like, you're definitely need to find that inner strength and to be independent. take initiative. That's what it speaks of. It's about taking that initiative, getting things started. And it's going to be, like I said, it's going to take some effort. But I think you're up for the challenge, especially with the Tower card there. That's a powerful damn reading, Aquarius. I'm going to end it there. Thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe and share the video. And visit my other videos if you have other placements you're interested in. I'm really trying to build the channel up and keep myself afloat on YouTube, which is hard these days with the algorithms and the AI and the crazy crap. It's just not easy anymore. I appreciate your support though, and I look forward to seeing you again, and take care until I do.